Good evening. Again, I want to welcome Mrs. Cindy Hazell, a singer and an actress, vocalist from the United States. How are you, Cindy? Thank you for
I'm good.
accepting the live.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Cindy, first of all, I want to ask you about your double name. You are credited on LinkedIn as Cindy Hazel and Cynthia Izzo. What is the story?
Well, I married a Hazel from Barbados. It was
Read. Uh-huh.
yeah, it was love at first sight, engaged 2 days later, married a month later, 31 years ago on October 5th.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So I
Yeah,
wanted to keep my middle name to find my friends from school and my
yes,
past so they wouldn't think it was, they wouldn't look at me as Cynthia Hazel or Cindy Hazel. They knew me as Cindy Izzo. I'm Italian from a big Italian family.
yes,
So,
yes.
yeah.
Iso, correct. It is an Italian name.
Yes.
But tell me, how did you start working as a performer? How did you get interested?
Okay, well, going back to that big Italian family, I have six brothers and
Yes,
three sisters. And my parents, my mother played six instruments and she sang. My father played two instruments and he sang. He was also a really good whistler. And I got that
yes,
from him. I whistle. So
yes.
we grew up singing harmony. They left instruments all over the house. They never said play the instruments, they just left it there and everybody picked up an instrument except me.
Yes.
I don't know what I was doing, but you know. But
And
I got the singing, so at least I got
what
something.
what kind? Your father and mother were professional singers, or they were like
No,
as a hobbyist
they just did it for fun. My mom,
for fun?
yeah, well
Mm.
my mother was when she was 18, like her mother
Mm.
wouldn't let her off the stoop until she was 18 years old. I mean, it was
Mhm.
terrible. And cuz she was a single mother, her father died when she was 12. And so
Yes.
the Philharmonic or somebody, I think it was the Philharmonic Orchestra, asked her if they could have my mom perform in the orchestra, and she wouldn't let her.
Uh-huh.
That was her chance, but wasn't meant to be, you
Uh,
know.
when did you get started your musical career?
Well, I grew up singing, so my family used to sing at parties and events and things from very young,
Yes.
especially in the school. We did the assemblies. I sang at every assembly, and we did the musicals during high school and middle school.
Uh-huh.
So, and then
Yes.
in the neighborhood.
Yes.
So,
And you performed live in different states, I imagine. I think I have seen many photos of you in different live events, of course, across country, I mean,
well,
countryside.
when I was younger, more. I have a daughter. When I was in my 20s, I toured Europe twice. I did
Yes.
Hair, the leading role in Hair, and I did the Edinburgh Festival, Uncommon Women and Others, and Working by Tud
Uh,
Circle.
yes.
So,
The musical on stage, not the movie.
yeah, it was live on stage in all the different theaters in Europe. But
Yes.
the hair was Switzerland and Germany back and forth on the bus, and the
Yes.
festival we started in London, rehearsed in London, then Norway, and then we went to Edinburgh and did the shows,
Yes.
and then I got to
And
travel and see Europe by
yes.
myself, which I
Yes,
would not let my daughter do now. But back then
of
I
course.
was a brave one. But
It's
yeah,
different at the time because there was no technology, internet, and
yeah,
people used to travel to perform. I mean, tour performance, right?
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I was
And
brave. I still can't believe I did it.
yes, and tell me, have you released singles, or right now you're focusing to for I mean to digitally release your work online?
I don't sing. I don't write originals. I sing other people's originals and interpret them.
Yes,
So
covers.
they'll write the no, they'll write original music and I'll interpret it and sing it for them. If they can't sing it, they just write, or we'll sing it
Yes,
together. I'll put harmony to it because I'm a really good harmonizer, you know.
yes,
So
yes.
yeah.
And right now,
Eventually, I'd like to write my own music, but There's just not enough hours in the day to do
Yes.
it all.
Uh, and the top singers was your band, the name of your band?
My band is Cindy Hazel Straight from the Heart,
Yes.
and
Yes.
we do a lot of local Long Island stuff and tri-state area. But
Mm-hmm.
we're a tribute band too. I do Legends, Queens of Soul, and
Mm-hmm.
we're going to be trying to get down the East Coast with a promoter and sing in the theaters down the East Coast.
Yes. And I imagine your daughter as well is interested into becoming a singer, maybe, or an actress.
My daughter has it all. She does it
Really?
all. She
Uh,
writes, she draws, she sings, she dances, but will not do
and
any of it in public.
how
She
old is
writes
she?
28.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And
yeah,
she's like a multi-talented artist.
yeah. But won't do it publicly, which is a shame.
Really?
I feel like it's a waste of really great talent because
Uh-huh.
she she could have gone far. I'm pretty sure of that. And but she does if she doesn't like it, that's she's very shy. She doesn't like attention on herself. That's fine. It's
Really?
just I feel like it's a waste for other people's not to enjoy it because I love when I can move people and make them feel things and they cry when I sing. And
Hey,
I say to her, it's not about you, it's about the audience and what you're making them feel and you make them happy. But
yes,
she can get past the you know, past the fear, I guess.
yes. Right now, yourself, when you go on stage, you feel nervous, or it's coming out normally.
It comes out normally because like I
Mm.
sang the anthem at City Field for the Met game a few years ago,
Uh-huh.
and you don't know what to expect. But I expected this big, vast, open coliseum type area, but it wasn't
Yes,
like that at all. It was a very intimate. I mean, there were 33,000 people there, but it didn't feel like it because it was so close. It wasn't like far away. They weren't far away, and I didn't hear a huge echo that everyone's saying,
yes,
"Watch out for that echo." I didn't get that.
yes,
So once I saw that I was okay, I was fine. I
yes,
yeah.
yes. And right now, tell me, during the lockdown and the COVID, did you manage to perform online like many artists used to do as well?
No, I didn't do any of that.
Mm-hmm.
What I did was I kept performing anywhere I could, so I didn't stop.
Yes,
Anybody who was willing to
live.
still have live music, I did that. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And right now, what are your plans for the next year? Let's say.
Well, I would like to get back into some Broadway. I've been singing some review Broadway reviews during the day. I do a
Yes,
share tribute, and I do some things that remind me of the theater. So I'd like to go back into the theater. The
yes,
problem is in Long Island, there's only a few theaters that actually pay that I could possibly get into Actors Equity or something like that. So I have
yes,
to find out what shows I'd like to audition for, and uh, you know, then audition, and then if you get a good role, you can get
yes,
a chance of being in the union and all that.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. And right now, how do you see right now the music business according to your experience? Has it become online? I mean, I just read maybe or got on a newsletter few days ago that they are closing down some musicals on Broadway, stuff that they used to be there for
Yeah.
10, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
I remember when I came to New York, I attended, Phantom of the Opera, and
Yeah.
it was playing also Spider-Man the musical as well.
Yeah.
Although I cover film festivals, but when you are in New York, you must go and see some theatrical presentation
Oh yeah.
musicals. We read about all the time, and also performance. I was
Yeah.
lucky as well to see Brian Dennehy on stage, which I liked very much. He was a very great actor. We enjoyed him on cinema.
Right.
So tell me, how do you see the music? I mean, the musicals right now.
Well, I think that, I mean, this could be wrong, but from what I think, there's a
Hmm.
lot of crime in the city now. People are afraid.
Really,
There's a lot of,
really,
on the trains especially, there's a lot of bad things going on. And I think people are afraid to go into
really,
the city right now. It's
really
gotten
in
really, really
Manhattan,
bad.
in Broadway,
Yeah. Yeah.
in Manhattan. Uh-huh. That's why crime in New York has been risen recently, really, because
Yeah.
I remember walking across the streets, until 11 and 12, and nothing, maybe it was like 10 years ago, I come
Well, back
usually,
then it was okay. It was much
really.
better than now. Much better than
Uh-huh.
now.
So
Everything's
people are
changed.
really, people are
Yeah.
worried to go,
But I
to
still have
go,
friends that go. That doesn't stop them.
of
They're,
course. Hmm.
but I guess a lot of people are not going because of it. And you really
Uh-huh.
can't blame them. It shouldn't be happening. It's the greatest city in the world. And this
Hmm.
kind of stuff should never happen in a city
Yes.
like New York. I
Yeah.
was raised in Queens. I was 20
Queens. Yes.
minutes from Manhattan. And then I lived
Yes.
in
Yes.
Manhattan for 10 years, from
Yes.
81 to 91, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
10 years. And nothing. I never saw or experienced anything like what's going on today.
Hmm. Yes. Yeah. I hope that this can be better, but I think, the last couple of years were very critical, and this influenced, I mean, security and also art production.
Yeah.
I mean, the economy, the problems, all of this, have influenced, the audience and also the artist.
Well, yeah, that's another comment that's true.
Yes, yes,
The prices of everything are so high. To see a
yes.
Broadway show now, you're paying 175 to $200 per
uh,
ticket
which is which is a little bit much for
for the common
families right
people.
now,
Right.
for common people. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's a big
Yes,
mistake, but I guess they can't help that. But with the rising food and the gas and everything else that we're getting hammered every which way, it
yes,
prevents people from going out.
yes, yes, yes. Yes, I hope everything will be better, because I mean, not only musicians like yourself, but also performing artists in cinema, theater,
Hmm.
and also visual arts, have been facing a lot of challenges, in the
Oh
last
yeah,
couple of years, and I think, if we continue to create and fight, I think things will be better, if we fight for our production, our creativity.
absolutely. We've always had to fight anyway, but now it's
Yes,
that much harder.
it's hard. It's getting harder. Cindy, I want to thank you very, very much for the live interview. I wish you all the
Thank you.
best next year.
Thank you very much.
I hope to see you soon when we come to United States live.
Oh, let me
You
know.
know,
Yeah.
and our regards to you and to your family, your daughter. Best wishes and everything.
Thank you, and to
And
you.
we look forward to hear your news about your new works.
Thank you so much. I'll keep you posted. All
Take
right.
care. Have a
Take
lovely
care.
evening.
You too. Thank you. Bye bye.
Ciao.